Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome to episode number 22 of Metal and Beer. Metal and Beer. This week I'm going to be showing you how to play a really cool 80s metal style guitar riff. And after the guitar lesson, I'm going to be trying a beer for the very first time called Rome City IPA by Brew Hub. Alright guys, so let's break down this 80s metal riff into two different sections here. So section one is going to be this. So I'm going to throw up the tablature here so you can follow along. And we're starting just on that E minor power chord. So we're going. So after we hit it the initial time, the first time there, then we're going to go 4 more times. That first of the fourth I leave open and then I palm mute the other 3. So it's like this. And then we go into the riff part. So we're kind of doing like a string skip. Well, we're doing a string skip here from the first string, the E string, all the way to the D string here. And really all we're doing is we're hitting the next octave of that E note. And that's on the 3rd string, 2nd fret there. So we're going. Then we're bringing it back down across the strings, going back up. And all we're doing there is we're just hanging around those 2nd and 3rd frets of those next 2 strings, the A and the E coming back. So, it's a pretty simple concept there. It's just getting your fingers to do the movement, which is why we have the tabs up there for you. Just getting your fingers used to doing that movement, going that path. So let's play that through one more time. Now let's move on to phase 2. This is the second section of that riff, and it's very similar to that first part that we played there. We're just going to be going from that E power chord, that first initial E note, to a different note. So instead of going from the 1st string to the 3rd string, we're actually going to be going from the 1st string to the 2nd string. So we're going to do the same thing in the first part. And then we're going to go to the 2nd string, the A string, on the 5th fret and hit that D note. And then we're really just kind of doing the same pattern that we did during the first section that we just went through. So I'll play it through slow. And again, we're just playing around on those 2nd and 3rd frets there. So let's start from scratch. Let's go through the entire riff here. I'll go as slow as I can. Sometimes playing these riffs is hard to do them super slow because then I screw up. So I'm going to play it as slow as I can with the tablature up here. So follow along. 1, 2, 3. Now I'll speed it up just a little bit. Alright, so what did you think about the 80s metal riff that you just learned? Now, this riff isn't from any particular song, but it's more of a riff that's influenced by the 80s style metal music. And that's what I grew up on. You know, I grew up on bands like, of course, the heavy bands like old Metallica, Megadeth, Testament, Slayer, those bands. But I also listened to a lot of the hard rock and heavy metal, which is kind of along the lines of what we just played. You know, that 80s hard rock heavy metal. And bands like Scorpions, Dokken, Queensryche. I remember the old Queensryche, man, they had some real cool stuff back then. This particular riff kind of reminds me of a Dokken song, and I can't think of the name of it, so if you do, please leave it in the comments there. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed learning that riff. I always encourage you to, learn what I'm giving you, but feel free to add your own notes to it. Once you learn the notes I put out there, start adding some more stuff to it, kind of, add your own signature style to that. And that's what makes you become a better guitar player and better musician in general. So by now, you're probably wondering, what's Jason drinking today? Well, I'm glad you asked. Today I am drinking Rome City IPA by Brewhub. So let's give this a try. Wow, that is one tasty, refreshing IPA. Now, what I'll tell you about this, and this is my first time trying this beer, the Rome City IPA from Brewhub. What I can already tell you about this is it doesn't have that bite and that overly bitterness and citrusy flavor that your standard IPA has. It's more of a smooth, just refreshing IPA. It's kind of one of those beers you just kind of want to sit out on the patio by the pool or at the beach or wherever and just have several and just relax. It's one of those type of IPAs. So very good, very refreshing. It's got it's got the bold flavor of an IPA, but again, it doesn't have that over-the-edge bite that most IPAs have. Now, it is 5.8% alcohol, and there's a little blurb on the back. I'll read this to you guys real quick. It's kind of like a bedtime story. So, the India Pale Ale. This IPA, packed with the juicy goodness of hops, is a homage to our flagship brewery in Lakeland, Florida. Lakeland's about 30 minutes from where we live here in the Brandon, Tampa area. The town, mostly known for its 38 lakes, royal swans, which has some really cool swans and birds. So I lost my place here. So it's 38 lakes, royal swans, and endless citrus groves was at its founding almost named Rome City. No one really knows why, so here's the beer to celebrate what almost was for a reason no one knows. Cheers. Anyway, very good IPA. I'm probably going to have a few more of these today. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this week's Metal and Beer. A few things before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ding the little bell so you get the notifications when I release a video, which is like 3 times a week now. Second thing, if you want to check out my music, just go to jasonstallworth.com. That link's below. I also have that link in the description of the video as well. And lastly, I'm still giving away my free lead guitar practice guide called Licks of Fire. You can go to jasonsmetal.com and pick up a copy of that. That link is also in the YouTube description. So again, guys, I really hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making these videos for you and having a brewski with you as well. And until next time, keep it metal.